Alright, my beautiful people, I'm finna give y'all a quick little legal scheme. If you are someone who has a pretty decent credit score, and it doesn't have to be great, 550 to the low 700s, anywhere in between those two. Like I said, 550 in some cases ain't bad, depending on, do you pay on time? Do you have any charge off, missed payments, late payments? As long as you don't have any of those things to factor in, 550 is good. Don't let nobody tell you it ain't. Here's a little hack that is good right now. And the reason why I say right now is because this is when everybody is on the market and on the interest of doing good business. This is Christmas time, it's tax time. So most industries, most companies, most businesses would like to do the maximum amount of business. This is the last quarter. That means this is what sets the pace for the next following year, the next following quarter for them. So with that being said, anybody doing any Christmas thing, shopping, and is in destitute in these moments, gonna wipe the credit cards empty, the bank account and all that. This is for you. I'm gonna give you a number of stores that if you do a soft pull online and fill out for these here store cards or outside the store cards, they will give you decent credit lines. Now, like I said before, it's imperative that you get things that you will not feel prone to just drain just because. Like if you are someone, perfect example, if you are someone who stays in Macy's at their counter getting MAC makeup and what have you, the perfumes, the clothing, what have you, stay your ass away from Macy's. Don't get you no damn Macy's card. That ain't for you. Because it's like when the catchphrase was coined and pushed my way, a monkey can't sell bananas. Therefore, a person that has an addiction to a certain type of store, it's best you stay away from an idea of someone making it easier for you to spend funds. And anywho, well, since I'm on the subject, Macy's is one of the people who will actually, you can do them in the store and you can do them online. Either way, Macy's is gonna always be offering you a store card as well as an outside the store card. Now, of course, the store card is easier to get, depending on what your credit is and how well you have handled the credit that you have had, whether it be big or small, whether it be lengthy or non-lengthy. That will be the determining factor in which card they give you. Now, they gave me the store card / anywhere card. So, not bragging or nothing, but that's how it went. In either case, that's one. Home Depot, Wayfair, K Jewelers, Zales, and there's another one I wanted to give you guys. Well, you get the gist of it, Amazon actually does a store card, and I ain't not gonna do no bragging on that card. They don't really give good limits, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just someone who's struggling with actually doing your shopping this year, but you still got a decent credit line, they'll give you something, you know. The most I've seen them give anyone, I seen them give out 1,500, you know, and that's kind of like a unicorn. Like, I had a 7 something at the time, and they gave me a band. So that's that. Yeah, they are someone you could use. Yeah, basically what I'm really getting at is there's a number of places online, you know, stores in the nature of the ones I spoke of, you know, furniture, jewelry, home repair, home do-it-yourself type stores. Those type of stores give out decent credit lines. Now, the process is simply this. You go all the way through, you sign up, you give them your name, your address, age. They may even on some places ask for your social. In an event that they don't in the beginning, they will in the end, because the soft pull is not really something you got to worry about. The soft pull won't do anything to you. You know, you get that soft pull and it won't affect your score at all. Now, pulling the trigger fully, yes, that will. You will get a higher inquiry, and it won't harm you to the point where you'll lose 1,000,000 points, but you will lose. Even if you get the card, you may lose a few points, because that's the way the system works, you know. But in hindsight, you're going to gain some points, because once it goes into the system and it's told that you have a higher credit line, then that later gives you a notion to actually be able to see a different utilization. The utilization, we already know, is a great percentile of what your credit score is actually going to do for you. I think like 35%, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. I mean, a lot of this stuff is a numbers thing, and I can give you numbers all day, and the numbers may be misconstrued, but in the same token, they ain't gonna be off much, because I don't miss much. But yeah, that's something that you can do in these harsh times, these harsh moments. Because this is what I want you to know, people, and this is, you know, genuinely the truth. Anybody that's doing well right now, despite what we all just went through, whether it been COVID, what they were calling this is depression, the Great Depression. They're calling it many different names, what we're going through. But the bottom line, destitute is what we're in. And the government is so grimy. Instead of giving out stimulus checks, giving out extra stamps or whatever, they lowered the gas prices for you. And they offering more jobs than they actually can put people in position of. Also, they can't give out no money. Sad, but that's what it is, you know. They're gonna do that to the very last moment, to where it won't be a stimulus check coming your way. Now, what you need to know though, those times too are coming, where there's gonna be some capitalism coming your way as well. Be mindful of this. I'm gonna give it to you in a form that makes sense to all. Supply and demand. As simple as that. Supply and demand. If you are someone who has a desire or need for something, and there's one person in the world who knows this, and he paid whatever he paid for it, just the knowledge of knowing you need it, he can go up on his price more than what he would initially charge for it. And he wouldn't be wrong. But what I'm saying all that to say this: in these times right here, this is when anybody is subject to come up and be somewhere they'll never come down from. And this is for you. Anybody that's watching this video, this is for you. You are entitled to be the best you just based on the fact that you are taking the knowledge that's given to you and putting it to use. Because the one thing you got to know about people with knowledge, they're good, great advisors, but they don't use their own advice. A person will tell you everything to make you a million, but he won't do what it is to make himself a million. A person will tell you what it is to make a relationship work, but he won't make his own relationship work. He or she, not one-sided. But that's human nature. It's very easy to look at people's problems, dissect them, and give them good advisory when it's not you and it doesn't affect you. But when it actually affects you and you actually have something to answer to and something to gain or lose, this is when it'll be hard for you to use that advice you gave to Judy, Jan, or Shan. That's just my observation over the years. I've learned these things just being around, and I've been around a lot. I've seen a lot. And that's simply why I take my experiences and I try to give somebody something that can put them in a position better than the one that I was in or am currently in. Because the one thing I will tell you about when I was growing up, the OGs taught me everything that had nothing to do with survival in society. Now, surviving in the streets, it was given to me, no doubt. Full-fledged. I didn't miss a beat. I got it all. But that's not here or there. I'm just really trying to give you more than what it was given to me. And this goes to anybody who actually gives a care, whoever pays attention. And I hope more than anything it reaches someone who will pass it on and give it to somebody that needs it. Because what I gave you tonight can put you in the percentile of 25 to 20,000. That's what you can get out of those amenities, what I just gave to you. You can get anywhere between 2,500 to 20,000 in credit just based on going through those companies. And I'm telling you that because right now is the time to do it. Like right now. Not next week. Not a month from now. I mean, if you seeing this right now, if you done listening to it, if you got what you needed out of it, try it out, And like I said, a soft pull ain't never hurt nobody. But when you pull the trigger, like it's a 90 percentile that you will get through if it gives you a yes on you are fitting their criteria. Now, in the event that you do pull the trigger and they give you a nay, I don't want to hear about it because I told you the 10 percentile is out there. And the whole thing with that is, it's some people in the world who just miss the mark sometimes. I'm no different. I mean, I've had invites to go apply for something and got shot down. So it doesn't really matter. That algorithm is so different than what you would think it is. We all try to put our heads together and figure out what it is that gives a person a good leg up in getting this card or that card or obtaining this amount of credit or that credit. But there's no really good algorithm you can go by. There's no rule you can go by. I mean, we got little sneak attacks on some of everything. I mean, Navy Federal filling out for that after midnight so you won't get no higher inquiry. It still works. But the people telling you that you'll probably get approved based on it being midnight, that's not true. Because if you think a human being is gonna make a better adjust than a computer, you a damn fool. Because a computer gonna compute faster than a human being any day. So that human being might possibly be tired and don't do the research and just give you a go ahead. That computer gonna do the research because he don't get tired. He's Kevin Gatish. So in the event that you do shoot for something like Navy Federal, just be mindful that after 12 thing, it does work. It will not give you a higher inquiry if you fail or don't fail. No, if you know, my mistake. If you get the card, you getting that higher inquiry anyway. Now, who cares though? Because if you get that card, shit, you're on your way to success. But yeah, that was just a little something that I wanted to give to anyone who needs to bump themselves up a few grand. And don't get me wrong, some of these furniture places that you may go to, one of them starts with Josh something. Josh does furniture, outside furniture and stuff like that. If you type in Josh Furniture, the rest will come up for you and you'll have exactly what I'm telling you. But they are a card that goes, I believe, to the hotels as well as flights. So I think they're having multiple lines of credit, meaning a store card as well as a outside card. And in some cases, the store cards does the same thing as well. You know, Priceline. I know everybody likes to travel, and I forgot to give y'all that. But Priceline got some nice little credit line. They'll give you something. If your score ain't that good, you might not get nothing but $1,000. If you get $1,000, guess what? That's a flight to a couple places in these times. And you really can do one good flight and one good hotel stay out that $1,000, you know, and then you'll just have to figure out the food situation and things of that nature. But yeah, man, do what you will with that. It's just, you know, my research I did, I gave it to a few gave it to me. It worked for a dozen other people. What you do with it, that is totally up to you. I'm no guru at this here. I've just did the research. I'm here to do what you don't feel like doing. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. If you're not hit the like button when you watch my videos, please do that as well. What you do when you do that is speed up the algorithm of my videos. You give them an idea that the content that's being given to you needs to be spread amongst the ether so more people can get the intel. If you will do that for me, I will be greatly appreciative to you. And if you are someone who is elderly, or you could be young and don't know how to hit the subscribe button, just leave me a comment or something. Let me know. I got you. And I won't tell nobody. Peace.